Les Cayes, Haiti, AP, tensions have been growing over the slow pace of aid reaching victims of a powerful weekend earthquake that killed more than 2,100 people in Haiti and was trailed by a drenching tropical depression. At the small airport in the southwestern community of Les Cayes, throngs of people gathered outside the fence on Wednesday when an aid flight arrived and crews began loading boxes into waiting trucks. One of a small squad of Haitian National Police, outfitted in military-style uniforms and posted at the airport to guard the aid shipments, fired 2 warning shots to disperse a group of young men. Angry crowds also massed at collapsed buildings in the city, demanding tarps to create temporary shelters after Tropical Storm Grace brought heavy rain at the beginning of the week. Haiti's Civil Protection Agency late Wednesday raised the number of deaths from the earthquake to 2,189 from an earlier count of 1,941 and said 12,268 people were injured. Dozens of people are still missing. The magnitude 7.2 earthquake destroyed more than 7,000 homes and damaged more than 12,000, leaving about 30,000 families homeless, according to official estimates. Schools, offices and churches also were demolished or badly damaged. The Caribbean nation's southwest region was the hardest hit. One of the first food deliveries by local authorities, a couple dozen boxes of rice and pre-measured, bagged meal kits, reached a tent encampment set up in one of the poorest areas of Les Cayes, where most of the one-story, cinder-block, tin-roofed homes were damaged or destroyed by Saturday's quake. But the shipment was clearly insufficient for the hundreds who have lived under tents and tarps for 5 days. "It's not enough, but we'll do everything we can to make sure everybody gets at least something," said Vladimir Martino, a resident of the camp who took charge of the distribution. Gerda Francoise, 24, was one of dozens who lined up in the wilting heat in hopes of receiving food. "I don't know what I'm going to get, but I need something to take back to my tent," said Francoise. "I have a child." International aid workers on the ground said hospitals in the worst-hit areas are mostly incapacitated and that there is a desperate need for medical equipment. But the government told at least one foreign organization that has been operating in the country for nearly 3 decades that it did not need assistance from hundreds of its medical volunteers. Prime Minister Ariel Henry said Wednesday that his administration will work to not repeat history on the mismanagement and coordination of aid, a reference to the chaos that followed the country's devastating 2010 earthquake, when the government was accused of not getting all of the money raised by donors to the people who needed it.